Thanks for joining us again on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, where this time we're looking back on Kentucky's culinary history.
It's a Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs Rewind.
Welcome, welcome. I'm Dean Corbett. It's time once again for another exciting episode of the Secrets of Louisville Chefs Live here at Sullivan University's National Center for Hospitality Studies Kitchen Theater. We have a tremendous show tonight. We got one of my best buddies in the world, Chef Joe Castro from the English Grill downtown, Brown Hotel. Joe, what do you say, brother?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, doing great. This is like one of our the leaders in the chef community. He's the guy you go to for everything. You know, it's like if you have a problem, call Joe. You have a charity thing, call Joe. Anything you want involved, call Joe.
Just call me Yoda today.
That's
Don't
Yoda.
Call me Joe.
That's right.
Yeah, just call me Yoda.
So he is the man, and he does a tremendous job. One of the most gifted, and I'm not just blowing smoke here. One of the most gifted natural cooks I think I've ever met in my life. Just beautiful food, always working wonderfully together. I've eaten down there a bunch of times. Master gardener.
I do love gardening.
Master fisherman.
Yeah.
You do it all. Loves to fish.
It's a new passion.
Yeah, where did you just came back from?
We were fishing off the nipple in Pensacola.
I love it when you talk that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not.
We caught a 45-pound wahoo. Love it.
Now, you keep everything down there? No catch and release deal?
Well, we release a lot, but when, if we catch something like that, we pass it out to all of our Filipino friends. Filipinos, they hear wahoo, 50 of them will show up your door. So.
Yeah, all relatives.
Yeah.
Well, Joe has a lovely wife, Kathleen, who has done pastries at my place, and I think, does she still do stuff with you all?
She actually works for the school system now.
Does she?
Reading programs, and she's just
Julie,
a great mom.
Gosh, she is, and three great kids, and son Max. Rather.
Yeah, Max.
How old Lydia?
I've got Lydia, she just turned 6. Max is 10, very close to a pogo stick. Yeah,
That's
very
insane.
close genetically. And Eleanor is the wise one. She's going to make an idiot out of me one day, I'm sure.
Well, that's cool, because when Kathleen was with us so many years ago.
Yeah.
Now we're on 20 years.
Oh.
So it's crazy. But we've got all kinds of fun things going. What are you cooking for us today?
Well, I thought we'd start out with some
here.
lamb. I love compound salads in the summertime, wintertime, all the time, and we use them a lot in the restaurant. So we've got some lamb and some Mediterranean ingredients. It's pretty simple to do. We don't like to torture food at the grill. I say there's so much food these days, people overwork it. It just wears me out. It's chutney, everything. So that's very simple. We're going to make a vinaigrette. We're going to make a salad. We're going to sear the lamb.
Beautiful.
The second thing we're going to do is we got some halibut. It's coming in now. It's coming from Alaska. Sea bass is overfished. Halibut's one of those fish very delicate too. You kind of dig that. I like it. So I brought that today, and that's what we'll have in the kitchen stadium today.
Kitchen theater.
Yeah, kitchen theater. And
right
with
the
that,
Bob Holmes.
Yeah, this is a tribute to Bob Holmes, by the way. So we've got a thing called tomato fondue. I want some acid with the fish. I've got some hominy. We use a lot of grits around here these days. We use a lot of polenta. Hominy is the root element to all that. And I grew up in southern Indiana. You don't know by looking at me, but I'm a redneck from Scottsburg, Indiana. And we make hominy here in Austin, Indiana, just 10 miles north of there. And it's very close to me. I want to make sure I use that on TV, especially with Dean.
All right.
So, it's
rolling
very
on
simple.
this lamb.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Well, the lamb, the Mediterranean edge, we're going to toast some spices. When you buy spices in the store, usually they're ground, right,
Right.
Well, a lot of the flavor's lost. It's just going away. So in the big time restaurants like you and me, we try to toast our spices. So we're going to get some coriander in there. This is cumin. And this is just a medium hot skillet. And some mustard. And we'll just toast that up a little bit. And we don't have to go through all the torture of it. But basically you just want the aromas to start up. As soon as you can start smelling these things start to bloom, then you want to start crushing them. You can smell that now, right? And you can do it with just a knife, or if you got a mortar and pestle, that's cool too. This was actually bought at Abrigo's, the old Filipino store downtown.
Yes, he's closed, isn't
He's closed, but since it's been around, a lot of us remember it, I thought, well, I got to get a little Filipino note in there. So we're going to crush that up, and what we're doing, we're releasing those oils. Okay? So let's say we got that nice and crushed. We're going to rub this on our lamb. Okay? Give us a little roughage in there too, Dean.
Oh, yeah. God, it smells great.
Yeah, it's very aromatic. And, when you're doing a salad, you kind of want to go with some big
domestic
flavors.
lamb?
Yeah, it's Colorado.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then salt and pepper are key ingredients. A lot of chefs, I think, don't give it the credit it needs. But salt and pepper is one of those things that we forget all the time, or I think my mom did, you know, my dad did lots of times. Make sure you buy good salt. This is like evaporated salt from Maine. You could buy 20 different types at a lot of gourmet stores, but just buy a good one. So get a good amount of salt on there. Pepper's the same way. You know, ground pepper, you've got great flavor if you grind it that minute. If you don't, all you get is heat. That pre-ground stuff, you're going to get the heat, but it's not going to have the flavor. So that's key. If we would stop here, we'd be very happy with just this piece of lamb roasted off. So we're going to lay this on the grill and let that get to medium rare. So help me with that, Dean.
Oh, I will watch that.
I will burn it, as you know.
Yeah, you're going to make your vent, I guess, aren't
yeah.
you? Here, I'll get rid of your... Just tell me what to do.
Throw that away, Dean.
Yeah, Joe said this is a tribute to Bob Holmes here. He was a guy who started up Creation Gardens, a worldly, wonderful man, teacher, Christian gardener.
He was like a warlock up there.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, when my wife was like 2 weeks overdue, and that guy would sit out there, burn candles, and pray that she would go. I know he did it. I mean, it was just, he's that kind of guy. Okay, we're going to make a simple vinaigrette. Now, vinaigrettes to me are 1 part vinegar, 3 parts oil. Some people say 4. I like vinegar. We've got a 12-year-old sherry wine vinegar. If you don't have sherry wine vinegar, everybody's into that balsamic thing, buy some sherry wine vinegar. You're going to be very happy with it. We're going to use grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil is pretty neutral, so we want these, just the shallots and the parsley and the garlic just to show up. If you use olive oil, things like that, it's great, but boy is it big in flavor. You know, I think we've kind of gotten too used to that big flavor, and sometimes you just want to be very delicate. So we've got that, and hand me that whisker, Dean. Right. You know, a lot of people you'll see making vinaigrettes, you can whisk them in slowly and get them to emulsify real well and everything, but you know, whisk it right before you use it, put it on your salad, you'll be a happy man, okay?
Good to go.
Yeah, so we need a little bit of salt and pepper in here. There you go, Dino.
All right.
Knock her out, buddy.
Yes, yes. It's a tool.
So that's our vinaigrette. Oh, jeez.
Fun with tools.
That's on record. Dean Corbett tried to kill me on his show.
We are going to take just a second out of here. We'll be right back with Joe Castro. He's going to finish up this killer summer salad with this lamb. So everybody stay tuned. Be right back.
Thanks for joining us again on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, where this time we're looking back on Kentucky's culinary history.
It's a Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs Rewind.
All right, we're back on the Secrets of Louisville Chefs Live. We've got Joe Castro, my buddy from the English Grill here. He's finishing up his lamb summer salad. So what do you got in your bowl over here?
The salad's got pumpkin seeds, goat cheese, spinach.
So you can see it.
Yeah, it's got some spinach, Kalamata olives, fresh tomatoes. And the cool thing is we're using raw artichoke heart, which is something we don't use a lot of, but start using it. It's great.
And it's Judy's cheese, of course.
Oh, Greenville, Indiana.
Good buddy Judy
God love her.
Shad, the
best
queen
fresh
of cheese.
Oh, she's the, what is that, the Prud'homme.
That's right.
So all we do is take a little bit of our vinaigrette, actually quite a bit, and we're going to toss this up. I'll use my hands, it's
All right.
okay.
I've got this for the lamb. I'll yank your, grab your
If you
lamb
want to go
on
ahead
for
and
you.
slice about 6 pieces of that, Dino. Usually we'll let that rest so the juices don't come flying out of it, but since we're on TV, we'll go ahead and hit it. There you go, perfect. And to plate this, let me get the plate over here. I'm gonna go ahead and get the salad on there, Dean.
All right.
You can see how beautiful this is, and this is a meal in itself. You could write it down and maybe do it for an appetizer, but that alone is worth
This piece is going back on for later consumption.
it.
That's right.
So there's the salad portion. Now for the lamb, you know, you don't have to torture it too much. Just get it around there so it kisses up next to it.
There he goes again. Nipple, kiss. I mean, you're...
I'm a very sexy man.
That's right. Sexy. Sexy. Food is sexy.
So I got the lamb there. I want to take a little of the vinaigrette, put a little bit on each piece of lamb. And I had to bring some sauce for you, Dean.
Oh,
So
yeah, there it is.
I've got some
Get
lamb gloss.
Get my weapon.
Go ahead and taste some.
This
That's
is
not bad.
commonly referred to as death sauce, coffee sauce. Joe makes this for us at the little tastings. I think half the time he makes it just so the chefs can taste it. Not.
You know, we make it for everything.
Oh,
though.
my
That's
God.
the fun part. Yeah, it makes, you know what this is like? It's like good barbecue. You know how when you eat barbecue and it gets sticky and you can't get it off your hands? That's what this is.
That thing's like 20
Concentrated.
gallons down to a quart.
So it's good stuff.
Veal stock, demi-glace.
We do it for lamb, we do it for duck, you name it.
All right, I'm going to switch spots with you while you do your halibut. But let's put this baby up there on the Lazy Susan.
Lazy Susan.
Joe's compound salad. That looks terrific.
Yeah, it's easy. No
Beautiful
torture.
job. Let's give it up for Mr. Castro here. Beautiful.
They
Now
wouldn't
off
do
to the
that
races.
unless he's on TV, let me tell you. That doesn't happen. But anyway, we're going to do some halibut, and there's a couple steps to this.
Maybe turn around there.
All
Sorry,
right.
it's a show plate.
Oh,
you know.
fair enough. Got you.
All right, halibut time.
Halibut time. We're going to make some tomato fondue. We're going to start with some olive oil. It's extra virgin, whatever that means, if you know what I mean. All right. Got a little olive oil in there.
Yeah.
We're going to start with some shallot and a bay leaf. Yeah, it's quite a bit. What we're going to do, what we want to do is cook all of the tomato juice out of this until it's like a paste. In Scottsburg, this is pretty much stewed tomatoes. In the French kitchens I work for, it's tomato fondue. So you figure it out from there. You get a little salt and pepper. We'll go ahead and start building flavor there, Dino.
Yeah, I always like when I've had this down at the restaurant, I just like it's so pure, the flavor.
Yeah, it's just a single tone of beautiful tomato, and it's just concentrated slowly. We're going to rush it today, but when I did this, I've got this for you guys to eat later. You know, this cooked for about 2 hours, and it was about 35 tomatoes. So the flavor of this is beautiful. It's intense, and it's with the beurre blanc and the butter, you know, you need something acidic. So let's go ahead, and I'll get the tomatoes in.
How much you want?
Yeah, get her well done. That's good. That's good. And we'll hit her with some pepper. Beautiful. Now what we want to do...
Ready to flip it again, yeah. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll hurt somebody.
That's good TV. All right. When you're cooking this, you want to cook it at pretty low heat. So just set it aside and let it happen. Now where I come from, there's a thing called hominy. And I'm from Scottsburg, Indiana. There's a guy named John Morgan at Morgan Foods up there that makes hominy, stewed tomatoes. It's an amazing little company just north of here that I'm pretty proud of, and I'm proud of them.
Explain to everybody what hominy is.
Well, it's basically corn. It's kind of scary when you think about it. And it's soaked in a lye solution, and it actually eats the shell off the corn. It blooms just like, it's almost like pasta. That's why I like using, you know how gnocchi
it looks
fills
like
in your
little
mouth?
pearls and things.
This has that flavor. And the reason why I like to use corn against seafood is because we love fried seafood. I mean, I could eat fried seafood till I'm sick, you know. I go to a restaurant, a fried food
That is really
restaurant.
intense corn flavor.
Yeah. I'll eat the fisherman's platter because I want fried everything, right? So I like to get that in there. So we just need to season that up. I'm going to take a little bit of butter. And we'll get that just to melt. We'll take some shallots. My mom's from Kentucky. My dad's from the Philippines. What does that mean? Got to have some ham in there somewhat.
Ham,
That's some country ham. We'll season that up. Now if you want to go ahead and we'll grab a little bit of salt because the ham's pretty salty.
It's good too. I've been snacking on it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. We'll go ahead and hit it with the pepper, Dino.
All right. Nobody said I was going to have to work.
You gotta... I've been waiting for this all week.
Yeah, I bet. It's all right.
Yeah,
Paybacks.
Okay.
Wait till bacon night.
That's right. I'll be ready to work for you. And we just want to get this moving. Now, we've got everything in there but an herb. When I cook with herbs, I add them at the end. I think of it as using a tea or coffee. Who likes old coffee? Who likes old tea? Okay? That's what you're doing with these guys. This is an herb. You want to use it the last minute. So we're just going to toss it in. At the very last second, we're going to do this. And it's going to bloom. And you're going to taste that bright flavor. And this is sage. You could use thyme, whatever you got in the backyard or in a pot in the house. So that element is ready.
All
We'll
right.
put this under the fish.
Beautiful.
Okay. Now we got to cook the fish, basically, is what we need to do. If you want to come over here, Dean.
Yeah.
You know, fish is one of those things that a lot of us, you know, are scared to buy, you know, because it's hard to find good fresh fish. Well, it's getting a lot better. It has gotten a lot better. And, you know, when you're buying fish, just make sure it's firm, just like the palm of your hand. Just like that. It's got to be firm. It shouldn't have any of the membranes, those little pieces, those fissures that go throughout your fish. they should not be broken, because if that's broken, that means they've treated it roughly. It should be glassy and almost pink. It should have no odor at all. And that's what we look for. If you want to get that Teflon over there, Dino.
Let me grab one of your towels here.
So we're pretty picky about our fish. I know Dean buys great fish, and we really get after people about it because it's really important to what we do. Salt and pepper.
I'm coming with it. We are going to get your fish started and take a quick breather.
Okay.
While all this good stuff's going.
Slap that on there.
All right. You leave the skin on?
I took it off.
Took it off.
Yeah,
all right.
Thank you, Dean.
All right.
And we're just going to sear this on both sides till it's cooked how you like it.
It's a really nice fish. It's
Yeah.
going to be a good alternative to sea bass because we sell so much sea bass and the prices have just gone through the roof.
Yeah,
so,
and you know, there's a lot of people saying that sea bass is getting overfished, so we need to kind of maintain the estuary. So we got to, as much as I love sea bass, you know, we can't eat it like we used to, or we're going to, the sea bass we used to catch, get in, they were this big. Now we're getting loins this big. What does that tell you? You know, it's kind of like that swordfish thing that happened, what, about 10 years ago?
Exactly.
So.
All right, guys. We'll be right back with Chef Joe from the English Grill. We're going to finish up his halibut dish, so everybody stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us again on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, where this time we're looking back on Kentucky's culinary history.
It's a Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs Rewind.
We're having too much fun here at the Secrets of Louisville Chefs Live, here with my man Joe Castro, English Grill, Brown Hotel, King Chef, Chef of Kings.
Man, you're embarrassing the crap out of me.
You're the man. He's doing a great halibut dish with tomato fondue, little bacon hominy.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, we're going to make some sauce for that. And something that we don't use a lot of, I don't think at home anyway, is bulbs of fennel. You see this in the grocery stores, and it looks a lot like celery, and it's got that green stuff on top. This is like licorice, and it's beautiful against fish. Don't worry about using it. You may want to try it after you see it today. The neat thing about it is that Thomas Jefferson said this was a cure-all. When you had a sore tooth, when you were sick, put this in your mouth, and you know why your lozenges when you're sick, like your cough lozenges, taste like that?
Why?
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas
right there.
Jefferson.
It was a cure-all. So I think, well, let's get a little of that in there. So I'm going to do a little butter in this pan right in the middle.
A history lesson with
Yeah,
Chef Joe.
you know. We did a thing on food folklore, a cooking class, and it was pretty cool. It was based on a book called The Devil's Garden and the Devil's Brew. And if you ever see that book, it is a hoot. I mean, it talks about all the things and reasons why we do what we do. So I'm going to take a little bit of the fennel, cook it in a little bit of brown butter.
Any?
Salt and pepper, please. Yeah,
I'm all over that. That's my job today.
I do have a little bit of shallot left. I'll get a little bit of that in there just to season it. And we're just going to melt that down until it's soft. Okay? So that's the aromatic going in there. Now to make beurre blanc, we do it very simply. We just mound butter with water. So what I've got going here, I started with about a tablespoon of water, and I slowly tempered in butter. It's kind of like if you fill a baby's bottle, you whisk this in slowly, and when it gets that warm, you can add more butter. So I could add 4 or 5 pounds of this if I wanted to, but we're just going to need about a pound a day. Okay, that's probably good.
Yeah, I think that'll
All right,
do
all
it.
right.
Here, let me try that.
Yeah,
Hell.
see what you
We
think.
might as well just have a complete Mr. Cholesterol breakdown here. Got the sauce from 20
do you
gallons
think?
to a quarter. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Woo! So it's plate up time.
It's
isn't it?
plate up time.
What do you want first?
Oh, we're going to get the hominy.
All right.
We're going to put
I'll
this
hold
as
the
a
other
base. We can put the halibut right on top of this, Dino.
Beautiful.
Okay. Okay.
Beautiful.
Now the fondue, that's that acid portion that we're going to offset this butter with. So we'll just kind of, let that happen. Real simple.
It really thickened up nicely, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it's beautiful. The fennel. Fennel and tomato. I worked for a lot of old French chefs, and that was their lunch every day, is just fennel and tomatoes. They loved it.
And then
the beurre blanc. So we'll put on just a coat. We always sauce the top. Sauce belongs there. It doesn't belong on the plate where everybody, worried about how it looks and everything, It's all about putting it on top. That's where it belongs to me. And we'll just drizzle it around like that.
Beautiful.
That's the finished dish.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
How about it? Chef Joe Castro's halibut, tomato fondue, hominy, and chive beurre blanc.
There you go.
Absolutely beautiful. Thanks a bunch for being here, my man.
Thank you, Dino.
Good to see you.
It was fun.
Good to
I
see you.
appreciate
David
it.
Schuster, come on up here. 10 seconds here with our man. This art behind us was a beautiful tapestry, I guess you call it, created by David Schuster Designs, or David Schuster Creations, a good buddy of mine. He's down on Clay and Market, is that right?
Yep.
All right, get closer here. You got to speak into the microphone, David. But this thing is just amazing. I mean, what is it, 8 by 30 maybe? Or?
6.5 by 30.
See, I was close, 34 feet. But I mean, he worked tirelessly on it for our backdrop, and we want everybody to go down there and support him. He's got a tremendous place down there, wonderful portraits, landscapes. He does it all, folks. So go down to David Schuster Creations. What's the phone number down there?
561 Arts.
Arts, 561 Arts.
Dean,
We'll be right back with the Wine Doctors. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us again on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, where this time we're looking back on Kentucky's culinary history.
It's a Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs Rewind.
All right, Louisville, it's that fun time once a week to turn your head and call for the Wine Doctor. Once again, you knew it was coming, had to get you.
Yeah.
What about the wines with Chef Joe Castro's killer
Neat
food
stuff.
here?
What took us so long to get him on here?
He's tough.
He's
tough
an
guy.
aminal.
And this, of course, is Jerry Rogers of the Party Mart, the Wine Doctor.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
I'm so used to having you here, I just completely
It's okay.
forget about you.
It's okay. We want to do something really, really cool with warm weather. Rosés are such wonderful warm weather wines. They're bright, they're crisp, they're well-made rosés. Now, I'm not talking about the stuff that comes in a box or the gallon jug for $4.99. No. We're not going to have any of that. This is a wonderful wine from that great producer, Francis Ford Coppola. It's a Pinot Noir rosé, and if you're familiar with Pinot Noir, they're like delicate red wines anyway, but this rosé has a wonderful fruity character. When I say fruity, I don't mean sweet. It's fermented very dry, and the wonderful thing about this, what makes it such a wonderful wine, there's a little word on the label called carneros, and that's where they tell us, that's where the grapes come from to make this, because this is agriculture, and it's all about where the grapes were grown. Carneros is the best growing area in California for Pinot Noir. And this one, yes, we should do this now. Yeah, you're going to love this. It's wonderful stuff.
No, it is good. Delish.
Isn't that delightful?
Yeah, and he's got so much happening in that salad. It's just, it's too much. Now this, a little bit more of a challenge perhaps because of the tomatoes, hominy, halibut, fennel, with butter, tons of butter. So
it wouldn't be Secrets of the Louisville Chef's life without tons of butter. My gosh. The Dairy Association, I think, is going to be one of our sponsors next. This is the wine we've selected, this Claircy Grossade, is the oldest branded wine from Bordeaux, France, period. This brand was founded in 1878, not to say the oldest estate, but it's Sauvignon, it's 80% Sauvignon Blanc, which is a very bright, crisp grape variety, but it's blended with 20% Semillon, which sort of takes the edge off of it and gives it a little bit of a floral character. And we need something like that to stand up because there's a lot of acidity in the tomatoes and this heavy sauce. We need something to stand up to. You go right ahead.
I said, I felt like saying Ratterman Brothers may be one of our sponsors too. If we keep eating like this.
I'm going to start wearing my black shoes.
Gout sauces,
My foot's getting big.
My God. Well, thank you so much for coming once again. Want to thank everybody that makes this show possible. Chef Joe Castro, my good buddy from the English Grill. Of course, Sullivan University's National Center for Hospitality Studies. Great people at PNC Bank, Budweiser Select, Winston Industries. Great friends at Kentucky Indiana Lumber. And, of course, David Schuster Creations for creating our wonderful backdrop here. Until next time, we'll see you next week, folks. Thanks.
Secrets of Louisville Chefs Live is recorded in front of a live studio audience.